You guys all set?
I guess so.
As good as you're gonna be.
Sorry.
That's all right.
We've had enough conversation.
Welcome everyone to the zoning board of appeals, September 26th meeting. My name is Marty Akins, I'm the chairman. Board members, Mr. Himmel, Mr. Chin, Mr. O'Brien, our clerk, Mrs. Noonan, the director of inspection, Mr. Conlon. If you have a cell phone or pager, please put it on silent. There ain't no more pages, I guess. I'd like to make a motion to accept the reading of the minutes as read. Please.
You know, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
On the motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So moved. We have one case here which we can move on right now. Old business, case number ZBA 2346, 147 C Street. We have a letter here from their attorney to withdraw. We have a motion, please.
Make a motion, ZBA-23-46, Jason Cole for variance findings to subdivide the lot into two lots, construct two townhouses with parking under each unit for one vehicle on premise of 1247 C Street, Quincy. Make a motion to withdraw without prejudice.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Mr. Frankel is here now, so there's not a question on just 4 members. So we can go to our next case.
Thank Hancock
In
Street.
the new business, case number ZBA 2353, Dennis Caldwell Architect for variance to construct one new vehicle garage on the premises number 131 Bunker Hill Lane. The applicant or representative here. Please step forward, name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Boynton. I'm representing Caldwell Architects, and I live at 60 Phillip Street, Attleboro, Mass. 02703.
Thank you. Why don't you tell us what you want to do?
So I'm here on behalf of Mohammed, and what we're looking to do on the plans that were presented to you is actually sort of a double scope project. The scope we're here for tonight is to build a one-car garage to the left side of the existing home. And what we're seeking is relief from the side yard and rear yard setbacks in order to build a functional, usable garage on his property. Right now, the existing garage that's off the back is not a functional garage for a current vehicle of today's size. So what they're trying to do is make it a little easier to maneuver in and out of the property by putting this garage on the side versus try to have it go around the back of the property and not be able to use their backyard for recreation or hang out with their families. So that's sort of how we're
What else is going to be in that garage besides the one car here? That's all connected, you're going to have a mudroom there?
Yes, there's sort of a mudroom space that ties in, so there's living space that can actually connect to the existing house rather than have to go outside the house into the house. I believe that portion of the project is within the existing setbacks of the project. So that is not in contention, it's just the garage portion.
Another question about that room downstairs. The only way then to get to that playroom downstairs, the family room, is through the new garage? Of course, upstairs, but there's an extra, you can get in the back way too? Set of stairs going down the right
Yes, there is a set of stairs that will tie from the kitchen upstairs, I believe is where it is. Mohammed, yeah, I believe it is the kitchen upstairs that ties into that space downstairs.
Now you got a playroom downstairs, it's existing.
Yeah, it's an existing-
With a full bath and full, correct?
Yes,
I would say one's just a gym and a family room, there's no bedrooms down the basement?
no. That's all existing. We're not doing any work.
No, I know, I'm just I'm looking at it, it almost looks like an apartment down there to me, but, or it could be. Those are the questions that I kind of had. I was just wondering how come, what's the exact width of that garage? From 1711,
The garage itself?
from the house that you connected?
Yeah, it's about 18 feet, looks like it.
Huh?
I'm trying to read myself, I can't.
Like 12.
12, does that say 12?
12.
12.
12 or 13.
Oh, I thought it was 17. Geez,
12, 0.
13 feet along the back dimension line, so yes, 13 feet.
13.
Yeah, 13.
13 on the back. I
And
see.
then it's 21 front
Then
to
you got-
back.
Yeah, just that little piece there.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it just,
at the
it's,
left-hand
it's
corner.
Yeah,
it's about a minimum size for you, for a single car right now that you
yeah,
put in.
it's 13 feet.
Yeah.
All right, I have no further questions right now.
No questions.
I have no questions.
Oh, sorry. We don't have any control over any of the development other than the garage. It's the only thing that we're addressing, right?
What, just the additions they're putting on?
Just for the garage.
Yeah. Well, they got a mudroom on there they're putting in too now.
But that's part of ours.
No,
right?
that's us. That's part of this addition, correct?
Yeah.
That's the addition they're putting on.
Yeah, I don't believe it's-
Mudroom in there,
yeah.
plus the garage, and they're connected into the house.
All right, so the garage connects to the mudroom, and they both connect to the existing playroom. That's-
Correct,
Correct.
yes, yes.
So they're putting in the garage and the mudroom.
The garage is the only piece that's in violation of the zoning
Yeah.
setbacks.
So the mudroom would be by right.
Well, they
If you're
yeah, they
only
can pull a
building
permit
it,
for that. but It's just the garage in the corner going over to the back of the property and side of the property.
And you're going up also?
Yes, it's almost like a half flight up to the first floor from that garage level, so that's how
But
it
here
is.
you're showing is that,
The back side.
On the back or the front? Which side?
well, I mean, you're gonna add a second story on the?
Yes, that is,
all over?
yes, yeah, Mohammed is looking to add a second story to the house as well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
a second story and 3 rooms out, 2 rooms out the back.
Correct.
Thank you.
All right, you can have a seat. Anyone want to speak in favor? First call, second call. Third call, call closed. Got a letter here from the DPW. We reviewed the above referenced project and have no comments. Anything further, please advise. Anyone opposed or undecided, please step forward, name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Karen Wysocki Stapleton. I reside at 358 East Squantum Street, North Quincy. I'm here representing my mother, Arlene Wysocki, who is one of the abutters. Along here is my brother, Michael Wysocki. Okay? When I finally was able to have true access to the plot plan and the blueprints, I was able to see a little bit more clearly what was going on, but my concern, even prior to that, was the close proximity, and I'm going to use the word fence initially, to her property, and also the height. When I was discussing this with my mother, she talked about the fence. She said when the fence was installed, that she was out in the yard and was approached by the owner, Mr. Mohammed, and he said he wanted a straight line and that she wouldn't miss or notice him taking additional land to make that straight. Well, he didn't say land, but something that he wanted it straight and she wouldn't miss or notice. She went in the house, she called me. The first words out of her mouth was that she said that he is putting a fence on my property. I went over, I saw a lot of staging material that was on her lawn, as opposed to on his driveway, where I think they were supporting, number one, the fence section before they were going to add additional. And so I said, oh no, that's not where it's going to be. this is just where they're staging. His wife came out, I did not see him, and she had the enlarged plot plan. Said, no, we are where we're supposed to be. But now viewing this plot plan, my mother was right. He put his fence over her property line, as well as he put his fence over the neighbor's property line.
When did that happen?
How long ago have you had your fence up?
About 5 years.
Just 5 years, so my mother would have been in her mid-80s at that point. So I had said no, based on what I could see, with the staging. I said, no, he's not. So this is what she brought up to me after we had the discussion. Then I was finally able, as I say, to view the land plot and clearly see that where his vinyl fence is, because it's marked with the circles and the X's, that's the vinyl fence that goes all along the property, but the solid lines are indeed the property line. So we believe that my brother and I, on behalf of my mother, feel that that needs to be addressed, that the fence needs to be adjusted and put appropriately on the property line, because for now or future going forward, we don't want to have any issues for anyone should we sell the home regarding the property line. So therefore, when I look at the corner where it says 3 feet 9 inches, and it looks like it's 3 feet 9 inches from the fence, not the property line at that point, with this new build-out for the garage. So that is part of the concern. My other concern is with it going up, it looks to me in the design that the garage height would be equal to the above the first story windows with what looks like a walkout. Currently, right now, and I respect Mr. Hassan for he's security conscious. He has a motion detector, it's obvious because I'm constantly over at my mother's. He also has a floodlight in the rear, which is on all night long, because I lived there, and she recovered from her accident.
Can I see those and put them in the record, please? Thank you. I'll keep these for the record.
That's fine. So my
Oh, I only need one.
Oh, okay, Trevor's brighter,
Yeah, that one's better.
So, for me, the concern is when you go up higher, what kind of lighting is there going to be there? Do not need to have illumination in the back of the yard or the back of the house, because I was aware when I was trying to sleep when it actually did go out up there. So basically, those are the concerns. Lighting, too close proximity, or inaccuracy in terms of saying what is the property line, the true property line versus the fence. We're putting it that close, so that's objection.
Did you have a survey done on your property when you found that out?
I didn't find that out looking at this until September 20th,
Oh.
okay? When I believe this is Kathleen Noonan.
But when your mom said she was gonna be putting a fence on her property, no one went and got a survey to see if that line was right?
Because I assumed she was being in her mid-80s, but I'm sorry to say that.
No, I know,
She's
I know.
cognizant
Oh, I know
that
that.
she's looking at it, and anybody on her property
you're
that she
done.
does, all
I
these
get it.
strangers, was like, no, they're not coming out that far. You're mistaken, but it's obviously for her to remember that. She's a full faculty, so, yeah. That's
Thank
our
you.
concerns.
Anything else? Anyone else want to speak? Second call, Counselor? All set? Call it, hearing closed. Guys, can you
Existing vinyl fence.
Clearly, it shows property here, right? That's the line.
Yeah.
That's my show.
Yeah, and then where's the fence? It's not outside the fence.
Jim, you don't know how far this is.
So, she's saying that since it's
But that defines the property line, that distance. She's right.
Yeah. But it's over,
The property line. And you gotta assume that
it's only over a few inches, correct?
the line with the distance on it, that's generally how they mark it. So the property line
Is that 2 feet or is that?
is here, and the fence is over.
I don't know, somebody should get a survey.
That's an arrow
Well,
that says vinyl
this,
fence.
this is right, this is the survey's
That's
property,
right
it's
there.
over
It
the
says
line.
vinyl fence, and it points to
The
inside
fence,
the
the
line.
fence is there, and the line's
The
here.
X mark is, it could be a post, you know that? It could be a fence there.
This here. Yeah.
No, she's saying the fence is there now is over onto her motor.
Okay. Thank you.
What's her property? The-
John gave me a full set of drawings, we can take a look at these. Lot size.
I think it's the back line that and there it is, something. It's the back section, I
I know. That's the property right here.
Well, then he's okay. Well, all right, then
Here,
he's okay here, it doesn't cross to here.
right?
So then then back here,
With 3.9 is, it's back how far? Is that a foot? This is 3.9 to the property line, not the fence.
9 inches.
Could it be 9 inches, or could it be, see the 3.9 proposed, 3.9 off, it's showing it off, no, it's showing it off the line. So is that right? In the fence, but it's,
So he's correct until it gets to here.
Oh,
Then he's on the
is-
line, which you can be.
wait a minute, no,
Then he deviates.
no. See the circles? That's the
That's the
fence.
fence, right.
See? Yeah, right.
He's over there.
He's over
But
there.
he's not over here.
No, he's on this side.
Yeah,
Take a look at this, what do you think? The fence is a circle, right? So he's, as much as he put here, he's going back. Right. So,
Just a guess.
it is in this now, right? He's got fucking playroom down there, or, so it is finished.
The whole section.
That's just the fence, what she's talking about, here back. Let's see, there's 3.5 across.
4 sections.
I'm sure.
That's not gonna
No, that's not very clean. The
It moves a
fence
couple
should be,
of
6 sections of fence.
it should be on, but the fence should
Goes out like that.
be probably like a couple inches,
Well, most people do that, right?
just to make sure.
Yeah,
So don't get so much up. Right.
It is all.
But he wanted a straight line, so he just ran it straight.
I get that, but if you get it, cheat on your side.
Well, exactly, move the whole line in.
Move the whole line.
In 10 years, I'll come out and tell you to fix your
6
fence.
inches your property,
Right,
8
exactly.
inches, not this.
They'll come out and tell you in 10 years to fix your fence. Resurvey it.
Fix your fence.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not mine,
Right.
right?
Resurvey it, plot it, adjust the fence.
Right. All right,
Yeah, somebody's got it.
But that makes
the fence is wrong, I mean, it shows you right there in the property.
6 panels.
But here's what the applicant did do. What he took down this end by the driveway, he gave back on the other end, which don't make it good. I mean, he took it on the back and gave it on the front to make the line straight. So, but that is, that fence is on your property. It's on her property, not your property.
But the 3.9 is to the property line.
3.9 to the property line and showing from the addition, but your fence ain't even right. Usually you go inside your property line an inch or 2 or 3 to 4 or 6, so you don't take someone else's property. Name and address if you want to speak, please, come on up. You are the owner.
Good evening, everyone. This is Mohammed Hassan from 131 Concrete Lane. So they are neighbor, so they're very good neighbor. And when we actually build the fences, when I bought the house 2014, it was wide open everywhere, like on the left, right, and back. So they actually are corner neighbor, like among the others neighbor, our very small part of it. But I don't have any actually if they are, I saw she also mentioned about the backlight. She could actually talk to and ask about that, but hey, you have to light down. She never actually tell us about it. We always seen each other.
You shouldn't leave your backlight on anyway.
No, actually this is sensor light. When something moving, the slides come up. But if anyways, because we respect she's the our senior, kind of senior citizen for there, so we couldn't do something for the light. We don't have to bother anyone. And about the fence, when we bought the house 2014, actually everything was wide open. So we came out to think about the fences. And when she complained about, so don't take our property, and I came to the actually the building department to see our property line. And then I saw something that our property line was the mark with the something iron filler on the ground.
Yeah.
So we actually try to match with this land. But anyways, any complaint she has, if we take the land, we can give the land back. It's not a problem.
Well, here's what I'd like to see, guys. I'd like to see the fence fixed. Let's talk about the property itself. You're all set, we're all set. Any questions, Tom?
No,
No. Get the fence fixed, get it on his property line, and let's see what it's still gonna be in the property line 3.9, we know that. And then talk about if you wanna build that, beside the other house. You want him to come back after the fence is moved? Yeah?
resurvey,
Right.
You want a survey?
And a resurvey in his property, you're right.
bound,
Huh?
with boundaries.
Yeah. Sounds good, and we'll revisit this in a month.
Make a motion.
We'll give you time, month, fix the fence.
Do you want me to go on the addition right now,
No.
or?
No.
No, we're gonna get the fence fixed, and you're gonna get a survey, new survey of the property, with the fence in it, with the new fence in it. Give it back to us, and how long would it take you to have that done?
Okay.
Month? Month and a half? I don't know.
Try to do as soon as possible.
How long?
Try to do as soon as possible.
Where did we get, October 24th? October 24th, but you gotta have it to us like a week early, so you get 3 weeks. You can get that done in 3 weeks?
I hope so.
A surveyor?
I'd have to talk to the surveyor and see how long it's gonna take me to
All
back up, but
right,
I'll.
do me a favor, we'll do this. We'll notify both of you the people over here, we'll put it in the paper again, of the dates. Why don't the clerk give you the date? How long it's gonna take her, call her tomorrow, the next day, whatever it takes you to get your information, when you can have all this done. I know you gotta call fence company, you gotta make sure a survey is available.
Yeah.
It might take 6 or 8 weeks, I don't know. It could take 3 weeks. If you get it done in 3 weeks, we'll do it at the end of the month. And these are a set of plans with yours, sir. So we have a motion to revisit this. Why don't you do this? What's the first one in November? Huh?
Definitely 11.
Yeah, 14?
11, 14.
Inspect that, so you just put the fence on your property, off her property.
You don't enjoy the fence or fence? We don't share the fence.
I'm gonna be honest, I hate vinyl fences.
Wait a minute, I'm not trying to think 14.
Wash them off. But
If it's the
your-
14th, does that mean the
it's for
14th?
you.
That's 3 weeks after the,
Privacy, peace of
let's see,
mind.
we're at,
We just
uh,
want it
14th to 7th.
off her
So you
property.
think how much?
November.
It would be
No, November.
I don't know.
November 14th.
we have one on the 10th, 24th, and one on November 7th.
Well, we can't.
We can't do
Yeah, let's go to the weekend, 14th, not 14th.
Oh, she'd be right, she was right.
14th, okay. November 14th. That'll give you a date to get it done.
And the, you know, the
Right?
light is, that one.
We have a motion from
All right,
Dan.
make a motion. ZBA-23-53, Dennis Caldwell, architect, for variance to construct a new one-vehicle garage on the premises numbered 131 Bunker Hill Lane, Quincy. Make a motion to continue it to November 14th, with the fence being removed, the lot line with a new left side survey to include.
Yeah,
With bounds in,
with boundaries.
install bounds.
Yes,
Yeah.
install bounds.
With installed bounds.
What do you mean by installed bounds?
They're gonna mark it, they're gonna put it in and mark them, we'll mark
Is a
it.
wooden stake marker acceptable, or?
They'll put a bound in, especially in the back corner, granite or something.
Something like that, that's
Yeah.
permanent? Okay.
Drive a 10-foot rod, spray paint it on.
Seconded,
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Motion adjourned? All in favor?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye.
Opposed? Aye.